So I went down to the bank. Came back yesterday. I left pissed. They didn't even look at the paperwork. They didn't care. They didn't want to help me. It's not about us anymore. It's all about them doing everything. The government's letting them do it. Damn it. Randy's bought a new bed since I've been in here and left the plastic on it. He's been fighting that plastic for 2 years now. I said, Randy, let's put another cover on the bed and get rid of that one. He said, okay, finally. He said, yeah, it's starting to mold. I think it's worse than that. So I go down to the bank. I get into California and I tell this guy, I said, you know what? I just got through wiping off 1,500 miles worth of bug guts. It's like, actually, no, 500 miles worth of bug guts. So I did my windows. I got fuel. I went in the restroom. The door almost wouldn't open. I was thinking, great, I'm going to have to kick this door in to get out of here. Or scream. You don't want to hear me scream. So anyway, I'm stuck in this bathroom, wiggling handle. He finally breaks free. I'm like, how many people have had that happen to them? I kind of wondered. So I got out, and I went to the bank. I got in about 4:20, 4:30. I had my paperwork with me, which I almost threw out. Decided not to. But anyway, I said, look, I need a PIN number. Come down here to get a PIN number. She said, oh, you don't have a bank account here. Those aren't banking numbers. We don't have your account. So my 1237 account has been moved also. They moved all my folks. Because that should have come up. I should have got a PIN. I should have been able to get into my account. The lady that I called the first time offered me, I said, look, I want $100,000 instead of 10. Okay? I'm not going to change anything because I don't really affect what happened. Well, I was telling her exactly what I wanted to do. Yeah, okay, go down there. They will help you. I go down there, they diss me. The lady had her hand on a button. I go into a bank that said red button, green button. Green, it was open. Red, it was shut. So they could lock anybody out that they wanted to. They also had 3 inches of bulletproof glass on that bank account. In that bank. 3 people. One of them I recognized. The other 2 I've never seen before. Oh yeah, I'm the one from Craig. She's all, I can't help you. I don't see any information here. So they took my accounts and moved them, or they hid it. They put them in a different name. Unless the lady put them in Shirley Pruitt name and didn't tell me, then that would be a reason to forgive them. But I'm going to set up an appointment with the banker, and I'm going to get logged back in. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to file a report on a consumer report on Union Bank. Hijack to my PIN, tell them what happened, tell them I'm pregnant and everything else. And yes, my name is Mrs. Stephen Paul Pruitt. I had fun with that along the way. So I go to the first motel room with Windsor. The guy was nice, so I rented the room. $59 right there. I had less than $1,500 in my account when I left. So I had enough money if I was careful. So I go ahead, I go to the Windsor, and the guys are talking about, next door to me, are talking about raping me, right? They went in 110, I went in 108. They were in that little black sedan over there. And the guy goes, I would like to get a hold of that. And that's how they started the conversation. They started talking about it and everything else. And I'm thinking, going, okay, well, you really don't want to do that. I didn't say anything to him. And in the end, they decided to be friends, which I thought was pretty good thought process and pretty gallant. Let me go out and get one of my drinks. I don't have any in here. I'm gonna put this on pause. Trust me, this one's gonna take a while. I'm gonna break it up in 3 parts, 12 minutes apiece. Windsor Hotel. The guy, I knew him. I go, hey, I knew you from somewhere. I go, did you used to live in Denver? And blah 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 blah. So I told him I knew him. I remembered him. Now they're doing their raping thing they like to do, and they've been caught for it. And my old company got caught for it. Some of their drivers weren't who they said they would, and they would act out the parts, and they were doing that, and that's what happened at the bank. But the lady had her finger back to the bank. She had her finger on her button and was looking at me, wasn't sure what to do. I said, well, how did that get changed? So I took off and I left. I was tired. I was frustrated. I almost got a motel room. I couldn't order one because every time I went to get it, the phone hung up on me. It could have been reception, and it could have been them. So there was this guy, and I was down there in Nevada, and on the way back, and he goes, "Wow, she's already been down the bank, and whoo, that was fast." Like he was bragging about them locking me out of my accounts. This is what pisses me off because the government's playing Robin Hood. They really shouldn't because it's going to come back on them. And I think you're going to see a change. People are going to go, "What just happened?" But anyway, make a long story short, is I leave the bank, I come back, and then I forgot where it was when I started talking about that. But I got a lot of stuff to talk about anyway. So I'm on my way back, and I go to the store. Oh, I was at Windsor, so I'm at this Windsor motel. I go in the checkout room. It was 108, and there was a door to the bathroom that was off the hinges. I go, okay, well, I don't really want to rent this one because it looks like I did it. So I went up to the guy again and talked to him. I said, hey, this door's off the hinges. I went and took a video of it. I said, I got a video of it. The video showed me walking first in the room. Took me a while to get the video. And I showed it to him. He looked at me. He looks at me. He looks at me. Because I didn't have time to do that. And I'm not strong enough to do that. So anyway, he comes up and he gets me to another room. He locks the card, goes, here, 110. So I signed everything again. And the old guy next to me, I said, you want to see this? What a motel room door looks like sitting in the hallway of the bathroom? The old guy just looked at me, just started smiling. He goes, yeah, that's a good one. And he said, I didn't do it. So anyway, I go into the room, and these guys were talking about raping me. So the one guy goes, wow, I want a piece of that one. He goes, no, you really don't. Well, he knew me. He heard of me because this probably happened 35, 40 years ago when I was out somewhere. I think in the Saratoga project. I got attacked by 5 guys, right? 5 of them. I swung 4 or 5 times. I dropped every one of them. Uh, I don't remember if anybody ever didn't get up, but I think 2 of them might have. I'm not really sure. I got arrested. The guy's telling the story. She gets arrested. You know what? She was out within a couple hours. All they did is look at her record and went, okay, and wrote it off. No attorney, no nothing. Just she walks in, she walks out. After doing that, do you really want to put up with that? She could take care of herself. She could fight. Well, anyway, he starts talking about how I'm on this love kick with people and everything else. I told the guy in the Windsor motel room. I didn't tell him about the story about what they were planning on doing or anything else, but I told him the stories of some of the stuff that happened, the hijack, and why I'm going down to open up my accounts and everything else. I thought I might be screwed in the beginning. I cut it close on having money. So anyway, when I left, I thanked him, and he kind of smiled like my friend did. So I think he was a relative of my friend, and he came out of Ohio. But anyway, make a long story short, the guys I saw him driving up on the car. Oh, I was pissed. I was bad mouthing people, and badgering the N word everywhere, and don't care this, that, and everything else. It took me about an hour and a half to feel miserable. I said, why am I doing this to myself? I'm not like this. This isn't me. I mean, I'm loving and carefree and happy and everything else. I was 1,000 miles from home and running out of money. So I was in a bad situation. I had a dream the car broke down. Oh boy. So I buy fuel in Nevada at the border. I'm not going to tell you what station. I probably shouldn't, but well, yeah, I can. I can legally say that. It was at the Chevron station down there. That's where I went in and told them I had wiped off 1,500 miles worth of bug guts. It's probably been more than that. You should see them guys laugh. And then I told them, I said, well, yeah, there's not a Burger King within 500 miles of our house. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get some ice and I'm gonna go ahead and uh, buy hubby 4 sandwiches. And I'm gonna probably eat all 4 of them by the time I get home. Four double whoppers and a large fry. Those guys look at me and no, I'm not eating like that. I'm not fat because I'm eating this many sandwiches. I'm pregnant. Pregnant girl's probably gonna eat one of those. They were thought that was so damn funny. The guys, when I left, I came back. I said, I've got to do this to you. I probably won't see you again. I probably won't come back into California until I'm meeting you. I sat there and I said, I got to sing you part of this song. The long and winding road that leads to my door. And one guy was just looking at me, staring at me like, oh my God, you sound really good. He didn't see anything, but he was like, dude, quit your day job. Like, you should be on this stage somewhere. Well, I kind of know that. It's kind of funny. It's really. So I leave there. I end up over at the Walmart in Winnemucca. Talk to the lady because that's where I bought that dress. And I talked to her and I told her my story when I was down there. She goes, "Well, nobody knows you since because I said last time I've had 4 or 5 cars follow me down." And I didn't tell them what happened. I told them about them talking about raping me and stuff like that in the motel room. I asked her, "Have you ever stopped at that Windsor Motel?" She goes, "Yeah, I have." Isn't it a dive? Well, I told her about the kid walking across the street. She was taking her stuff to the car. Let me cut it here. This is part one of this.